Cutting of the flesh. Who does it truly benefit? Who is it serving? Who is it feeding? And who is it hurting? And who is it helping? What deity, what pagan god is it feeding? Because it's not as innocent as you may think. The cutting of oneself during worship to attract the attention of the gods. This practice was strictly forbidden in ancient Israel. You shall not cut yourselves nor shave the front of your head for the dead. Leviticus 19:28-21:5 and Deuteronomy 14:1. A striking example of this pagan practice occurred during the ministry of the prophet Elijah. The priests of Baal were cutting themselves with knives and with lances. 1 Kings 18:28. But their pagan god did pay no attention at all to their cries. That's showing, even though you may think you're cutting yourself over a boy or a girl or over a bad day or a bad grade or whatever it is, or for fun or just for curiosity or because somebody said to, or for a dare or just to draw blood, whatever these things is. Did you know that demons feed off of blood? The devil feeds off of blood. Did you know that? Did you know when you cut yourself for these different deities, you feed them? Whether you see them come up and actually suck your blood or some nasty weird stuff like that, that's not what I'm saying. You're feeding them. There is a spiritual transfer right there. Your blood equals them eating. When you're doing things like that, when you are cutting yourself, when you are doing anything like that, it's rituals. It's rituals of demons. That's why people do all these like satanic spells. Those are rituals, and they do these things when they cut themselves, and it feeds the demon. Even though they're not putting the blood up to something's particular mouth, somehow the thing is eating from it. Somehow it's a spiritual transference, and somehow now you have an open door. Whether that was your intention, most people do not openly intend to ask demons to come into them. Only people who are very far off gone. And they're not too far off, because nobody could ever be too far from YAH. Let me let you know that first off. If you think you've done too much, you go to the Father and you work that with him with fear and trembling. God's not too weak to not save nobody. That's what I'm going to say about that. But you have to come to him in obedience and truth and learn him by keeping his word, walking in his word and his commandments. And that's being way different from the world. It's being set apart. It's being one of his children. When you were walking in the world, you're making accidents like cutting yourself and having sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and getting drunk and ending up passing out or blacking out at parties, or all of these rituals happening, or these nasty things happening, or people playing with Ouija boards, or just whatever weirdo stuff that happens in this life today, right? These things are happening, but people's eyes are not fully open to understand. And the people that is messing with these demonic things, like that, they are actually playing with the witchcraft and stuff more so, not realizing, thinking that things are so innocent. They're even further off spiritually with their doors like wide open. And when your doors are open, you're not protected. That's when people start having demonic dreams and demonic strongholds come on them, and things attacking them, and things coming into their life and attacking them. And that will happen. Then sometimes the stuff will let them be at peace. Like if they're not trying to be doing right and living for God, the things will let them be at peace and then go back to attacking them again just because. Then they'll have all these doors opening for familial spirits. So, like demons that your family members have had now have the chance to come and bother you also. And they know a lot about you. Them suckers are smart. They've been serving the generations of your families. And like, for instance, I don't know my family's generation, nothing, but there's many demons around that does. I'm certain of that. They know a lot that we don't, because they're there. They're old. They're very old. Since like, I don't want to say since the beginning of time, but they're since things has been, since the falling of the angels, at least, because they had mated with women. So whatever that time was, I don't want to get too far off into these extra details. I really just want to say that it's important that you guys know that when you cut yourself, you're causing serious implications for your life. You could be bringing your own death upon you, truly. At that moment or at a later date in time, you don't even understand how serious it is. That thing, the Lord, He usually lets the judgment come like at 7-year intervals and at 49 to 50-year intervals, according to the Word of God, right? Which sucks because you could feel crappy one day, and 7 years on the road, you could be living your best life. But that's when your judgment's coming, especially when you're not repentant and living right for the Lord. And the Lord is so just. People hate His justness, but that He has to be just. Like, if we do something, we must be dealt with. We have to. It is what it is. It's the right thing to do. The reason why we have grown the way that we have in this world today is because people are not keeping justice. People are being wicked and they're not keeping their word. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. They're letting people slide. Like, wickedness is growing, abound. But the love of many, because that wickedness is growing abound, the love of many is growing cold, unfortunately. So I don't want to make this too awful long. And I seen this in here. I wasn't even trying to look for this. I was looking in some other area, looking for something, and this came up, and I said, let me make this little short for people, or a little video, however long it'll be for people, because it is so important that when you are opening up your flesh, that you are letting your blood out, that you are having a transference with a demon. Maybe even a strong demon. I don't know what demon it will be. That's going to, depend on many things. But it's certainly going to be something of a strong demon, to say the least. And this thing will always have a key to you until you ask the Lord to remove it. And that comes by fasting and prayer. And those things typically don't happen in one day. Not saying that the Lord can't, because He can do anything. But it's a life change. It's a process. And it's so much harder to rebuild after you have burnt down. The building takes forever. The burning down is seconds. And that's the point, and that's the difference. You could get these strongholds in your life and all these demonic entities that's causing so much hell and chaos that you don't even see and know and understand for many years to come, causing sicknesses and parasites and all this craziness within your body that came in just seconds, but yet it's so long and so struggle and deadly at times to get rid of them. It can be deadly, okay? It truly can. So please, brothers, sisters, young people, whomever, please, if you feel like cutting yourself over any individual, over anything, over anyone, over anything whatsoever, please consider, and please do not give the blood of your body that the Most High hath given you to deities. Please do not. Your blood is not for that. Okay? The blood is not for that.